Ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet, today I have the Ellipal Titan hardware wallet in the studio, and I'm going to tell you what you need to know. What's good, what isn't, whether you should buy it, and all that good stuff. But before we get started, if you're a cryptocurrency enthusiast or you just enjoy learning about innovative tech like cryptocurrency and blockchain, then you're in the right place. Please do consider subscribing and hitting that little bell notification button down there so you'll get a heads up whenever I post new content. Now, I know your time is valuable, so without further ado, let's hash it out. Now, I have to say right off the bat that Ellipal Titan is the next generation of its wildly popular predecessor, the original Ellipal wallet, which I have right here and I reviewed quite a while ago. That wallet itself, this one right here, had a lot to love, but this version, the new Ellipal Titan, is a substantial upgrade from that original offering. The old Ellipal felt like an early model Android phone. It's a bit plasticky and round, but this new Ellipal wallet is beautifully designed. I'll show you that here. It has a metal frame, a 4-inch LCD touchscreen, it has sharp lines, square edges, and it feels just much more premium, like a smartphone. Many will say, who cares about feel in a hardware wallet? It's just used to store your crypto. And to that I respond, do you like using the tiny buttons on the Ledger Nano X? Because I don't. And for those people wondering right up front, the coin support for the Titan is great, and I'll show you that here in a list. But there are dozens of reviews online that show you how to set it up, that talk about the coin support, and that lay out every feature that's in the wallet. So I'm going to do things a little bit differently and just give you the things that I think set this wallet apart, the things that I like, and then the things that I want them to improve upon. So let's get started with what I do like. First things first, the security model on this is pretty solid. They've done away with the main peripherals on the device. There's no Wi-Fi, there's no cellular, there's no Bluetooth, NFC, nothing like that. And they've even gotten rid of the USB port that was once used for charging and replaced it with a nifty magnetic charger, which is basically just a reversed USB housing. The only way that you can communicate with this wallet to the outside world is to use the QR code system, where you use the onboard camera to scan QR codes on the companion mobile app on your smartphone, and then vice versa, you use the smartphone camera to scan the Titan's QR code in response. Now, this is how signed transactions and other data are transferred between devices. You scan QR codes between the two devices. And this means that the keys on your device, on your Titan, are never exposed and they stay completely cold or disconnected from the internet. You can also add an alphanumeric password at the top level of your wallet, up to 32 characters with special characters, so that no one can even access it without that password. And multiple attempts to guess that password incorrectly will result in the wallet being wiped for security, which is also true for physical access attacks, where someone tries to physically open the frame of this device. Once they try and do that, the internals will get wiped and the wallet will be completely blank. Now, I think they did a great job overall, with one caveat, one big caveat, so stick around to hear about that later on in the video. The second thing, though, that I really like about the Titan is the ease of use and the user experience from setup all the way to daily use. It's so easy and so user-friendly, and such a breath of fresh air coming from the Nano X, for example, in terms of setup, absolutely for sure. End to end for setup, it took me around 4 minutes, and that was including documenting the seed phrase on that piece of paper that they include. Now, having this smartphone-like form factor makes this wallet such an easy thing to use, and it feels normal, unlike using the tiny Trezor T or the tiny Ledger Nano X. Now, to add to the simple user experience, the mobile app allows coin-to-coin swaps, interest-earning DeFi products, and a bunch more stuff straight from that mobile app, all using cold storage. And this is great for beginners to get in the habit of using cold storage for all their stuff. Now, all in all, it makes the Titan a fantastic beginner-friendly wallet. Now, the thing, though, that sets this wallet apart in terms of features is the durability of this wallet at this price point. The Ellipal Titan is IP65 rated for intrusion from water and dust. Its metal frame is crush-resistant and it'll handle drops like a champ. And again, folks might say, well, why do you need any of this? It's a hardware wallet, so keep it safe and forget about it. Well, Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and I live by that. So it's best to have this layer of protection for those moments where you're just using it and you drop it and it's smashed and then you find out your seed phrase is gone. Never mind. Now, there are some things that I think could be improved or that I really don't like that much. And first and foremost, I wish they just add multi-sig to this wallet. To my knowledge, there still isn't support for major multi-sig schemes. That's a bummer for the many people who use multisig often for their own crypto setup, especially for Bitcoin where it's very popular. And this is a minor thing, but it's worth noting. Lots of the little bells and whistles in terms of cryptographic schemes are kind of missing here, and I hope that they bring advanced support for crypto signatures, especially multisig. Secondly, while I like the magnetic charging cable and SD card connector, actually I think I have that here. While I like this thing, I find like I will just lose this. The connector also falls off really easily. So while you're using the device, if it's plugged in, it just falls off. And I find that I face this a handful of times when I'm trying to use it on low battery. I just need to kind of set it down and leave it for a bit because it doesn't stay in very well. And you know what? Because of my ADHD, if I don't see it, I'll forget about it. And so this thing is going to get lost so fast as soon as I take it out. So there's that. And finally, the biggest qualm I have is the omission of a true secure element to store the keys and manage signing. Being totally candid, I don't think this breaks the security model of this wallet completely, but it does leave potential attack vector in terms of physical access to the device. Quite frankly, a secure element affords you the layer of protection in the fringe cases where physical hardware attacks are being performed to extract the private keys from the device. With the Ellipal, there's undoubtedly an attack vector open still where an attacker with physical access to your wallet can extract the encrypted private keys from the device and then attempt to brute force decrypt them. So if you have a weak password encrypting those keys, you might be in trouble. This is of course not so easy if you keep physical access to your device, you lock it away, and you have a really strong password, but it's worth noting. Researchers from Ledger, albeit a competitor of Ellipal with a vested interest in making them look bad, found that there were abilities and they were able to perform this type of attack successfully. But being totally candid, take this with a grain of salt because there are a lot of things that would have to go in the hacker's favor for this to be a practical attack commonly. The number one thing to remember is use a great password and keep control of your wallet. Bottom line, all the wallets that I can think of off the top of my head out there today still have some sort of vulnerability to physical attacks. And so no wallet is perfectly secure, and you have to remember that. So this doesn't make the Titan a bad wallet by any means, but it's something worth noting. Now this brings me to the ultimate question. Is it worth it? Is it worth the money? Well, the Ellipal Titan costs $165 US, so it isn't cheap, but it's right in line with the Trezor Model T. And if I were faced with the decision to choose between the two, I would ask this. Does multisig support, compatibility with Shapeshift and online services, or having a small form factor matter to you? If so, go with the Trezor T. But if you want a great UX, a smartphone-like design, more durability, and network attack protection without a USB, then I would go with the mobile app QR code game, and I would get this Ellipal Titan. So I will leave a link below for anyone interested in picking one of these bad boys up. And overall, I think it is worth the price given its durable material design and the robust mobile app and lots of features to make it easy for beginners to use. So what do you think? Is the Ellipal Titan worth the money? Does the secure element lacking in this wallet make it not worth it for you? And by the way, make sure you're subscribed to the channel because I have a massive hardware wallet giveaway coming up that you're not going to want to miss. Now, if you want to keep the party going, I'll link up an awesome playlist full of hardware related content. But as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, cheers.